right, we are live. That's it.
She didn't do the countdown. I didn't get a...
There is no 3, 2, 1. There is no jingle.
There's no jingle because Jimmy's
missing. Anything. There's no
we gotta
Jimmy
come up with our own
Steve.
jingle.
Do you have a Steele House Nutrition jingle?
Tavish and Steve.
You should.
Not yet.
Not yet. You should have one.
That's
Nick
one.
Doak came up with our jingle.
Right.
I actually came up with the idea, and then he put it together.
Really? Maybe we need to make a car trip.
I'm trying to see if I can actually see this coming online on the Facebook page here. But I don't see it coming on yet. Like it should come up.
That might be our internet too.
See, it says slow internet. Stop and restart the stream. But that's not. I don't understand.
Are you connected to Wi-Fi?
No. Why, you want me to check?
No, not. I'm just saying. I guess maybe the lesser people connected to it, the
Yeah.
faster this
That's
will be.
what-
I probably.
Yeah.
That's why I never want to be connected to it either.
Yeah.
I can connect this to my phone.
Too sexy MFers.
Two dudes in a fern.
Two dudes in a fur. That's the name of the show now.
Since Jimmy's not here, the show is called
Two Dudes in a Fern.
Two Dudes and a Fern. There we are. So hey Tavish, how are you today?
Good. I'm just
That's awesome.
tending to the plant.
Your plant's very full and green. All right, we're live.
Dirty
Thanks
rubbish.
for tuning in with us. I am. Hopefully our connectivity is good, but you can tell us that as we're here. Oh, comes in a person. It's going to be very interesting. All right, so I'm live at Steele House Nutrition. You. Yeah.
He's our neighbor, too.
Come on down!
Come on over.
It's actually a game show.
So, Tavish, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
There's no Jimmy this week because he is in Israel.
Actually, I am Jimmy. I'm just
Larger.
Yeah.
You're Jimmy
allergy.
2.0.
Jimmy.
Jimmy, I can't believe it.
It's
And
a
your
real
beard
thing.
is amazing. It's not red anymore either.
No. Touch of gray, people.
Touch of gray.
Touch of gray.
All right, so we're live at Steele House Nutrition, which is a supplement company store in the. Are we actually in the borough, or are we just outside the borough?
Just outside.
We're like right at the
You are
cusp.
literally 1 foot stepping outside of the borough line.
That's pretty much what they told us when we opened up.
Yeah,
I mean,
but that's okay.
No, that's a good thing.
On the cusp.
It's
It's a good
on the cusp. There you go. Yeah.
on the cusp.
It wasn't as hard to get everything, as far as paperwork and stuff with the borough, completed.
Well, yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually get out of this. There's some great music today. So we're looking off camera at Faith. Just come in, just pop your head in and say hi. Because you guys are even more. There we go. Because you guys are co-owners, correct?
Yes.
Are you equally owners
We're
as
equal
well
owners.
as
Fitty, man.
as well as lovers?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
We're stuck for life, regardless.
Oh, To the gym, you do not. You obviously don't work out either.
No.
So we talked about that before off camera.
I get intimidated by metal objects.
You should probably
Round weights.
You should probly start working out a
I
little
know.
bit.
When people ask me, like, you work out? I'm like, no, it's just a really bad food allergy that I get.
It's all inflammation.
It's all inflammation. That's it.
Strictly yoga and Pilates.
Strictly
Yoga,
I
Pilates.
do some stretching
Did
here
you
and
do
there.
the 21-day yoga shred? I've seen it on.
Yeah.
I've seen it on Facebook, and the guy is
I've been doing,
Pretty jacked.
what's his name, Billy Banks for a little bit.
Billy-
Tybo.
all very
There's a
useful.
Megan class.
So,
Yeah.
so let's start with how did you come here? You're a transplant, correct?
I am,
We
yes.
talked about that a little bit before, so
I'm a-
I'll let you tell your story.
So,
Originally, you're from.
a few years ago when I was a young stallion back in Des Moines, Iowa,
There's an old bull.
There's a joke about that. We can tell that joke later.
okay.
You know that joke, Faith?
I do.
Oh, okay, so
The old bull.
the old bull and the young calf. You ever heard that joke?
That's the Step Brothers one.
Yeah.
The one from Step Brothers. Yeah.
That's what I
The
know.
movie scene.
So there's two bulls standing at the top of a hill. One is older, and then there's a younger bull. Cows down there, female cows.
Uh-huh.
And the young bull says, I'm going to run down there and fornicate with one of those cows. And the old bull snorts and he says, I'm going to walk down and fornicate with them all. Right? Because the young guy's like, run. He goes, I'm going to run down there and get one of them. The old guy's like, man, I'm going to take my time and get them all. So that's the story. The old bull. Save your energy.
Yeah.
Right? All right, so Des Moines, Iowa.
So I
Young
was,
stallion.
yeah, I was living in Des Moines, Iowa. Young stallion. I was working for Wells Fargo at the time, and I happened to go to the gym just one random night. It was in May, beginning of May 2014, and
Was it a dark and stormy night?
No, this is actually a nice spring night.
Okay.
And I see this girl on the stair stepper next to my friend, who is actually in Des Moines. He does construction. And while I was
Right.
coming out, I saw.
Sees
the
the hot chick on the stair stepper, and he goes,
I had to pump
whoa,
up right away.
you had to go in t-shirt time.
And I come out and I see her leaving, and your girlfriend, and he's like, I don't know who the heck that was.
Is that what you actually said? Is that your girlfriend?
No, seriously.
Okay.
If you're a guy, you have to confirm. If you know.
No, I didn't mean it that way. I just meant, was that the PC thing that you said?
Is that your chick?
I didn't say, is that your side piece? Is that your yeah? is that-
You're nicer.
And, and he said, no, I don't know who the heck that was. It was some girl named Faith. And I was like, oh. And then he goes, yeah, she works with Matt Berzicott, who's my best friend, and also he helps me with my prep for. Like, who's Faith? And he's like, I don't know, it's some girl I help out. And I was like, yeah, but in all caps, who is she? And he's like, oh. And so he was texting her and then telling me what he texted her and what she said.
Wow.
So we were going back and forth, and then fast forward 2 days later, she actually came up to me in the gym and tapped me on the shoulder. So, preface.
Who dis?
Yeah.
In your phone, who did?
Right? Who dis?
I was about 4 weeks out from Junior Nationals, which was the biggest show I've done to date at that time.
How old were you around this time?
24, 23?
And we're talking about junior nationals. We're talking about body.
So Junior Nationals is the pro qualifier for pretty much every class except bodybuilding. So there was about 1,000 competitors at this one, and it's over in Chicago. So I've never done anything above
Oh, pro qualifier except
for bodybuilding.
for bodybuilding.
Yeah, so like if you're
So what were the other things that you could be?
men's physique.
these terms before, but how's it go? So I want to do a physique, we'll call it an aesthetics competition.
Yeah.
For lack of just a generalized term, aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
So what's my entry level? I guess not entry level, because if you're a big guy, maybe that's not your entry level. But like,
yeah,
it's like more like maybe weight classes or looks. So take me from, I think everybody. Dorian Yates,
Yep.
God, are you in that category?
Yeah, so there's, as far as from the guy's standpoint, there is bodybuilding, and now classic physique, and then men's physique.
Classic physique.
So classic physique was
one where the dudes like look like they kind of walked off the beach in their board shorts.
that's men's physique.
Men's physique.
Yeah.
There's not one below that. Like,
No,
is there like an old guy?
they have
They have a dad bod competition? Because I'm really, if they don't have it. Mr. Puniverse?
Yeah.
Is that a real thing?
Well, I mean, it's not an actual class, but sometimes they'll just pull people from the crowd.
Oh, who wants to be in it?
Yeah,
That's
I
when
mean-
you show up on somebody's internet meme as like guy who skipped leg day.
What not to do?
Okay.
Corn dog syndrome. Upper body and skinny.
Oh, corn
So
dog.
you
syndrome.
look like
Okay.
a corn
dog
dog.
on the stick. Got
Yes.
it.
So
Your
you look
legs.
like a little beach bird,
Gotcha.
as far as leg wise. But as far as the categories, bodybuilding is like the Dorian Yates, the classic physique was when you say aesthetics, that's kind of what they're going for. They don't want you to be super big, but they want you to have wide shoulders, small waist, decent sized legs. And then men's physique is the guys that just walk off the beach. They have the board shorts.
Right. Why do you think they did the classic physique category?
Because, so with guys that were too big for men's physique, but too small for bodybuilding.
Oh, okay.
So we had to implement this middle ground to where they don't have to worry about getting so big. So with classic physique, so bodybuilding, you just have weight classes.
Okay.
And then men's physique is just height classes. Classic physique is a hybrid. So if you are 6 foot, like you can't get too big and then you can't dive down too hard.
Gotcha.
So, and then for girls, they have women's physique, figure, bikini, and also fitness, which is starting to die out. They no longer have women's bodybuilding,
Okay.
unfortunately. Some pro qualifiers will have that. It depends on the promotion. Not as marketable. So we're looking at it like from a money standpoint.
Do you think that's because like the look of women that were at that size, or do you think like the drive to be that size?
Because back in the 70s and 80s, you had Linda Murray, Corey Iverson, girls that were very feminine looking,
Right.
and they just looked like they were athletic. And then obviously as every decade progressed, like if you reference Arnold Schwarzenegger, then look at Dorian. And it ended up being that these women were bigger than most of the guys. And that was just kind of like a, whoa, like I don't want to get to that
Right.
at that point. So they slowly faded it out.
Right. It's a very small niche. I think.
Yeah.
The ad first. Get to this. I don't know what to say without like just constantly trying to get.
Yeah. Well, not the average girl wants to say, I want 20-inch arms.
Right. Yeah, you're not going to see that too often.
No.
Right.
And if you do, you might need to take 2 steps back. Depends
Right.
on. Is kind of like a a couple steps down from women's bodybuilding. They still want muscularity, but they really want like a feminine look, a streamlined look. They don't want you to be too big. Figure is a little bit less. They want you to have an athletic look, be conditioned, and then women's bikini is kind of almost identical to men's physique in a sense. Like if you have a good body,
Right.
like you can walk on stage. They want you to have a very, like if you were on the cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit, that's kind of what their thing is,
Gotcha.
you know. And then fitness, which is not usually talked about, is for women that it's actually a routine.
Yeah, they have a routine that they
It's
got
like
to
a
do.
cheerleading routine.
Yeah, they're doing like gymnastics and like one-arm push-ups.
One-arm push-ups, backflips, and
Yeah,
somersaults and stuff like that. So,
Very interesting.
yeah, it depends on which show you're at. That's almost kind of a dying breed too.
Yeah.
So, that is what the categories for.
All right, so we kind of took it off topic, but that's okay. So we're getting back to bodybuilding and things because I specifically a bodybuilding thing, but I think every guy, you know, at least in my generation and past that, you know, you see the magazines
Yeah.
are promoted. Now there's a lot more like different magazines, you know, where it's like Men's Health has a lot more coverage of different things where it's like, hey, we're just trying to be healthy or we're working, you know,
Yeah.
to get some size and things like that.